Yo man, this is Chama guys, Nakala Yenaba. This is a brand new playlist in the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel. We call it the Kotu Classic Special. It's gonna be some solo videos, just a short one. And I'm gonna kick it off today. And my topic today is gonna be about the Liverpool Manchester City game, which I will try to pick a combined 11 of these two teams. Of course, these are two great teams, two heavyweights. I think they are the best teams in England, these two teams, in my opinion. Yeah, no disrespect to Chelsea, but I think they are European champions, of course. But I think when it comes to the teams and over the last 2-3 years and longevity and things like that, I think Liverpool and Manchester City are up there at the top. And to be honest, I think Manchester City is just a bit ahead. And then you have Liverpool, and then you have Chelsea and Liverpool are very close, to be honest. But yeah, because of the last 4 or 5 years, Liverpool and Man City has been going at each other, Klopp and Pep Guardiola. So I will have them as the top two still. Chelsea need to do something more before I will consider them there. So we're gonna talk about a combined 11 between Manchester City and Liverpool, guys. And then I will give a prediction of what I think the game will go. Of course, as a Liverpool fan, you expect me to back Liverpool. Nagala, guys. I have to back my guys. So, but yeah, we can get into it. Let's start with the combined 11. Yeah, it's a tough one, guys. It's really, really a tough one. They are big heavyweights. Where do I start? Yeah, but yeah, we start with the coach. Who's gonna be the coach? Of course, Pep and Klopp. I'm not gonna choose anyone there. So this is my team. I'm the one picking it. So any disclaimer, this is my team. How I want my team to play football. So it's gonna be my team. So I'm gonna be the coach, man. Man, my coach team. I'm gonna coach the team. So Coach Chama. Coach Chama, Coach Chama, so I'm going to be the coach of this team. Let's go from the back, start from the back. The goalkeeper. The goalkeeper is a tricky one because I think we only have two options. That is Ederson and Alisson, the two Brazilian goalkeepers. So I think I have to give that one to Ederson over the course of last season. This does not mean that I think Ederson is a better goalkeeper than Alisson. I think Alisson is up there, top keeper. Liverpool had a struggle last season, and that as a consequence, he had to struggle a little bit. But overall, his season 2, it was not great because it was, shadowed by a lot of mistakes he did. I can't remember the fixture we played against Manchester City last season at Anfield. He made 2 costly mistakes that cost Liverpool that game. And yeah, it was not the greatest season for him as a Liverpool player, let's say it like that. And Ederson, he has been consistently doing things. Manchester City team is just exceptional. And, if you have a good team, obviously. But he's a great goalkeeper as well. And, he's not prone to mistakes like that. He haven't done a lot of mistakes. He won the Golden Glove last season. And going into the summer competition for Brazil, rather, they went to the Copa America finals. Ederson was the first choice goalkeeper. So, of course, Alisson was the first choice previously, but Ederson had a better season last season. So I will give it to Ederson. No problem. I will give the goalkeeper to Ederson as the goalkeeper with the better form last season, with the better season last season. But again, that does not mean I think he's better than Alisson as a goalkeeper. Nice. So, goalkeeper settled. Now let's move into the defense. Let's start with center backs. I think those two are pretty easy to pick. And there is not a lot of debate there. I think everybody will have more or less the same two because I think those two are just out of this world. Van Dijk, they are the best defenders in the Premier League. Not if you are making a Premier League 11, I think those two you're gonna go with because they are the best two center backs in the league. So without doubt. And yeah, we can argue that Van Dijk did not play a chunk of last season. He was out injured. But then, yeah, it is about picking the combined 11, which I will go to war with, guys. It's my team. It's not your team, yeah? It is my team. So Van Dijk last season, he did not play a lot of games in the season. But of course, it's the quality here. So sometimes when you are picking this, combined 11, it's difficult to focus on one thing. You say, okay, quality or the minutes they played or the season they had. So you have to bring all these things together and then you try to, be objective about it. For example, I can talk about in midfield before I get there, like Fernandinho. He's one of the best central midfielders that the Premier League or defensive midfielder the Premier League has ever seen. But he's not going to be in my team because of he is now aging. So you have to take all these things into factor. Van Dijk last season, because of injuries, he could not, he could not play a lot of games. But still, he's the best defender. He has started the season well with Liverpool this season. And they are, player of the season last season. Who else can be there? Van Dijk was the player of the season the previous season. So centre back, I think there is no debate. Left back too, I think there is less debate there. Robertson, to be honest, was the best player for Liverpool last season. Even though Liverpool struggled defensively, but overall that season he was the most consistent player in the team. Sometimes your team is bad, but there are some individual players who are doing their good things. Who are doing their things, continuing their thing. But because football is a team sport, so one person doing well and the rest not doing well, or the rest of the squad not doing as expected, does not necessarily mean the team will win. But this person is still, and Robertson is in that category. He was consistent last season. This season, however, he has not started the season well. He has not played a very good game. His crossing has been wayward a little bit. Defensively, he is still there, but his attacking input has not been as great as it has been in the past. But yeah, he has suffered an injury early on in the season with an ankle injury. So he had some, disruptions before the season started. But I think still, he's the best left back. If you look at these two teams, Man City don't have any left back other than what's his name? Zinchenko is their main left back, and now Cancelo is the one who is jumping from left, right, or sometimes in the middle. So I think left back, there is no debate there. It has to be Robertson. Now we move into the debatable one, which is the right back situation. You have Cancelo, you have Walker of Man City, and then you have Trent Alexander-Arnold, my boy. So yeah, I think that one I have to give it to my boy. Yeah, and people may say I'm biased, and I know they accuse him of not being a very good defender and things like that, which I kind of disagree with. He's not the best defender. I will agree that he's not the best defender. He's not the best right back defensively, but he's not a bad defender. He can defend. He is just a consequence of how Liverpool play, and he's not a physical player. Sometimes teams may target him in the air and things like that, or try to put the ball behind him and stuff like that. But because Liverpool want to play like that, Liverpool want to take that risk. So that is not his problem. That is the manager's problem. The manager is the one who decide that we can play like Liverpool should play like that. So at the end of the day, if they caught him out of position, which often happens, then Liverpool try to, football fans try to blame Trent as the problem, but usually it is the coach. But it is a risk that is paying off for Liverpool, because if you have Trent higher up the pitch, what he gives you is just like immeasurable. It's just too much. Right now, he's the most creative player in the league. So if you have that creativity in him, and then he can do it going up and down, of course, sometimes he will be out of position, then I think, yeah, he's a top player. That one, for me, really, there is no, I think he's better. Walker is better than him defensively. Cancelo is better than him defensively. But I think when it comes to the overall game, what he will give me as a player, I think Trent is just outweighed what those two do. So it's gonna be Trent. So far what we have is 2 Manchester City players and 3 Liverpool players. That is 2 Diaz and the goalkeeper Ederson. Liverpool we have Trent, Robertson, and Van Dijk. So yeah, that's what I'm going with my defense. It's my defense, it's not your defense. If you disagree with me, you can always comment below and tell me what you think. So let's move into the midfield. I'm gonna play 4-3-3, guys. By the way, I'm gonna play 4-3-3. So 1 holding midfielder, and then you have 2, number 8s or two attacking midfielders. So I will start with the defensive midfielder. So defensive midfielder, we have 3 options again. We have Fabinho of Liverpool. We have Fernandinho of Man City, and Rodri. Yeah, I think again here there is not much contest. Fernandinho, if he was at his peak, I think he would have been the one there, because he's the best at his peak. He's better than both of them, both of Rodri and Fabinho. But at this moment in time, I think Fabinho is ahead of all of them. So I will have Fabinho there. He's just important. You can remember last year when Liverpool dropped him into defense. He did well in defense, but I think that was our problem. When Klopp realized that Fabinho should be playing in the middle, he played him in the middle. Everything our season has changed. Has changed since then. Since Fabinho moved into the middle, Liverpool have not lost a league game. I think, if I'm not wrong, I think Liverpool are the longest unbeaten team in the league with 16 games unbeaten, and that has coincided when Fabinho moved back into the middle. So you cannot imagine how important he is playing in the middle for Liverpool. So I'm gonna go with Fabinho as the holding, and then we have two number eights, or two attacking midfielders. Kevin De Bruyne. I'm not gonna even say much about him. He's my favorite non-Liverpool player in the league. I really love the way he plays. I just like Kevin De Bruyne, so he has to be there. And the other one to accompany Kevin De Bruyne has to be Gundogan. Last season, he was exceptional. Man City struggled last season. I was so surprised that he was not in the reckoning for player of the season, but he was that good for me. I think he had a better season than Kevin De Bruyne last season. And yes, there are some arguments that he is the better controlling midfielder than even Kevin De Bruyne. Of course, Kevin De Bruyne, what he gives you is like the attacking output and the energy and, the vision he has in him. All those kind of things come together, and leadership, things like that. But Gundogan is a very, very good midfielder. He can keep the ball as long as you want, and and last season he added goals to his game. He scored a lot of goals. If the fantasy people, what he did for us last season. So yeah, Gundogan gonna be it. So in midfield is gonna be Fabinho, Gundogan, and Kevin De Bruyne for me. And then the tricky one is gonna be up top forward. So I'm gonna cheat there a little bit. I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna cheat there a little bit, because if you look at the both teams, neither of them have a true number 9 right now. Man City have one, that is who is doing well, that is Jesus, but now he's playing as a winger. Liverpool is Firmino. Firmino play as a hybrid number 9 and then number 10. Firmino, as we all know, he was a number 10 initially, but turned into a striker. He did exceptionally well for Liverpool. I love him a lot. The way he helped Liverpool, or the way he make the other Liverpool players stick, like Salah, Mane. And I think I just love Firmino, guys. But he does not have place in this team. He did not have a great season last season in front of goal. He did not score a lot, and we missed his pressing last season a little bit. He was not doing what he used to do. So I unfortunately cannot have a place for him in my team. And then so I will start in left wing, which is controversial. My boy Mane too, last season, yeah. Stats wise, he was everywhere. He was doing everything right. He was doing everything good. But in front of goal, he just lost his touch last season. Mane cannot score, It was so surprising for me to see. And it has kind of continued this season a little bit, but it is not as severe as it was last season. So I think he's a better player than anybody on that position, in the left wing position. But because of the season he had last season, especially in front of goal, I just consider him he went down a little bit. So I'm gonna go with Phil Foden, who was breaking through in the Man City. I think last season was his breakthrough season in the Man City team. He was just exceptional the way he played. I just love that boy. I think after KDB, he's my favorite. He's just so good. My favorite English player, actually. Yeah, I love to watch him play. This season, he has not started the season well because of injury, but I think last game he came in against Chelsea and he did exceptionally well. And in the Champions League too, when he came on, that was when Man City came, was getting, they started getting more intense and things like that for PSG. So yeah, I'm going with Phil Foden over Mane. It's a tricky one. I think Mane is the best for that position, but I would choose this one based on last season's performance. Phil Foden was just too good, so I will give it to him. And we go to left wing. That is the trick one. I'm not going to go with Salah there because we don't have a number 9 in the team. So I'm going to Salah as the main number 9 to play. It's going to be tricky, but Salah is going to be our main number 9. But, the beauty is I have 3 forwards who can interchange in position. Phil Foden, he plays as a number 9 for Man City sometimes. So Salah can switch with Phil Foden sometimes. So that brings this, tricky thing of not having a right footer in my attack. So all of them are left footer, because on the left, on the right, I have Mahrez there. So and in the middle, I have Salah. So it's like all 3 of them are like left-footed players.
So a Mane will have been very important as a right-footed player so that you can balance, because Salah usually don't enjoy playing on the left. He would rather play on the right or in the center. So this is the tricky part. But Foden can play. He's a left footer, but he likes to play on the left. But yeah, this is just a this is just a illusion team. So you never see this team play. But yeah, if I was going, I think this is the team I will go with for my combined 11 between Manchester City and Liverpool. And yeah, guys, finally about the prediction of the game. Like I say, I'm a Liverpool fan, guys. Wearing Ajax doesn't mean that I'm a Liverpool fan. Liverpool, yeah, champions, not champions this season, but champions previously. So I have to back my boys to do the job here. I have to back them to do the job. So I'm going with a 3-1 win for Liverpool. I can see Liverpool, first 20-30 minutes, just, overwhelming Manchester City with, attack, bombarding them over and over again. I know Manchester City is a very good pressing team compared to the Man City 2-3 years ago. I think Liverpool helped them learn that pressing is very, very important, because, yeah, after we surprised them in many, many occasions with our high pressing within the first 20-25 minutes of games, Pep has gone back to the drawing board and they think and thought about how to, mitigate this. And against Chelsea, that's what they did. They pressed really well. They are pressing really, really, really well recently, and that makes them even more dangerous. But when it comes to pressing, we all know, I think nobody bets Liverpool for pressing and counter pressing, energy, and this game is going to be more about that in the first 20 minutes. I know everybody expects Manchester City to come to Anfield, dominate the play, Liverpool hold. I don't see that happening. Liverpool will just bombard them with a lot of counter pressing, with a lot of counter attacking. So if they want to hold the ball, I think that's not going to be good for them. If they want to, be a little bit conserved, that will be better for them, and then change their game a little bit to mitigate the Liverpool tactics. But yeah, that's it, guys. So tell me what you think in the comments below. 3-1 Liverpool, I'm going for that. I think Liverpool will rush into a 3-0 lead, and then Manchester City can pull one back or something like that. So I'm gonna go 3-1 Liverpool. Yes, Man City have not conceded any goals since game week 1, but yeah, Liverpool have been creating chances for fun this season. Liverpool are the best attacking team in the league. Man City are the best defensive team in the league. But this is the time that they break, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Guys, if you are new around, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you like what we do, please hit that like button. And also hit the notification bell so that anything we do will come to you first, guys. I'm out.